I just meditated for 2 hours, and while I was meditating, I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about, and I was like, oh, that's good. You should talk about it right now. But I didn't. I stuck with it, and I didn't look at the time. I set an alarm to go off 2 hours from when I begin. And as time goes on, my thoughts get crazier and crazier. Like, what are you doing? Why are you sitting here? Like, go do something. Go write. Go do something productive. Go make. And then uh, it, it just keeps judging. The mind can't handle the simplicity of the present moment. It just can't handle it. Like, it's like, go. It's attached itself again. My mind has attached itself to this, like, you have to write, you have to do this, you have to. And oddly enough, Bella didn't like that either. The dog. Yeah, she totally agrees with me. She's been quiet all day. That's the first time that she barks when I'm making a fucking video. Awesome. Um, right before I was about to finish 2 hours, I was like, I wonder how much time has gone by. And I went to go look at my phone. I'm like, no, just stay a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden my alarm went off. And it was like, whoa. One thing that meditation helps me with is complete detachment from thought and understanding that my thoughts aren't who I am. I can explain it in a way that Eckhart Tolle explained it to me that really made sense. To think about a dog who gets a scent of something, and maybe that's why Bella just barked, so it would remind me to use this analogy. When a dog gets a scent of something and it follows that scent all the way until God knows when, and it's like so engulfed in what it's sniffing, and then all of a sudden, like, you have to like snap it out of, like, you have to call, you have to like use the leash to get him out of that, and then all of a sudden they wake up and they're like, huh? Oh, and then they go on to something else. It's like this span of attention. And I can use that analogy as a way to describe thought. Like, a thought comes up, and sometimes it's even pleasant. Like, I've had some thoughts when I'm meditating of like being on the field playing rugby. I've had thoughts of like sitting and talking to Oprah or like Ellen DeGeneres, and the thought is quite entertaining, and you'll go with it, and your imagination will flow. And those are a little bit harder to get out of. The negative ones, because they're unpleasant, seem to be more of a, you know, it's an easier way to like acknowledge that you're stuck in a thought pattern, and then you bring yourself back to the moment, which I do by listening to my breathing, or just focusing on my breathing, and feeling and using my sense perceptions, what I hear, sometimes even what I smell, the temperature of the room. Sometimes I'll even open my eyes and just look and not give any mental label to anything, or I'll feel just like my body. Like, I'll pay attention to my hands, I'll pay attention to my feet, I'll pay attention, and then I breathe again. And I use those senses to like bring me back, snap me out of thought. And what happens when you do that in meditation, and it's constant, thought never goes away. It's a compulsive, constant stream of insanity, really. I mean, it's like the basic human dysfunction. While it may be practical and it can help you, and obviously there are a lot of good things about thought, and you can manifest through thought, I mean, everything. But the root of it is that we identify ourselves with thought, and we think that that's who we are, and then we have all these judgments. Like, if I have a thought of killing someone right now, immediately a judgment will come up. Whoa, you're crazy. Are you crazy? Is that, you can't think that? And then there's just a spiral of emotion, and really it's just a thought. And while some thoughts need to be, I think, which lead to feelings, need to be addressed and felt and dealt with, but without judgment, meditation is letting everything that wants to come up. And sometimes I'll lose myself completely. And then as soon as I am aware that I'm in this illusion of thought, I snap out of it by just focusing again on my breathing. And it's constant. And like you'll find that the thoughts and the voice in your head is very hostile to the simplicity of just sitting and doing nothing. It's really interesting. Like just sitting and breathing and not, you know, sitting being worried, because sitting you can also sit and think for 2 hours, which I've done that before. When I first started meditating, I would follow my thought all the way, and all of a sudden, boom, 2 hours goes by, and you're like, what just happened? Where did I go? Like, because, and it takes time. Like, I don't know how long I've been meditating, but I've been doing it daily, and it affects the rest of my day. Like, I catch myself while I'm talking to someone, I catch myself thinking in a pattern of thought. And really, it's helped me become a better listener, because listening is really about receiving and not your doing this. Oh, mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's like you're not getting it. Like you think that you're giving connection to the person that's talking to you, but it's not about you responding and showing that person. Sometimes you can just literally like lose yourself and listen and receive and perceive, even if it's something unpleasant, what the other person is saying, by not identifying with thought and just being literally paying attention to your breathing when someone's talking brings a sense of alertness to the conversation. And I've noticed that the people around me very often feel very comfortable talking to me, and they feel seen, because I've been working on myself and my own detachment from thought, and that's what came up. And there's a part of me that's like, wow, that was really hard to sit for 2 hours. Like, why is that hard? I don't. But yeah, that's today's video. That's all I got.